We're the Lockwoods, and we're traveling the world to experience up close and in person all the natural wonders and distinct cultures that our kids would otherwise be consuming only through textbooks and TV. After our second trip to Southeast Asia and a quick jaunt to Hawaii to free dive with sharks for Reagan's 16th birthday, we're spending the next 2 weeks exploring the birthplace of chess, yoga, and 4 major religions. India. This is our first visit to this cultural cauldron, so we're relying on some experts to show us everything we need to see. The first is our travel club, Inspirato, who built and booked virtually every aspect of our itinerary. And the second is an Indian local I've been working alongside for almost a decade without ever having met. Let's get to it.
Thank you.
Welcome to Delhi, ma'am.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I am so excited to be in India because this is a first time for us. And I'm excited to see the culture. It's such a distinct culture here, and there's so many subcultures. We're going to experience so many of them, but we're starting here in Delhi, and we have to look for our name. We were supposed to meet somebody when we get off of the jetway to take us through customs, because we didn't actually plan any of this. This is an Inspirato bespoke trip, which means it's an additional trip, an additional cost, but they plan everything, and I can't wait to tell you more about it. And if you want to know more about Inspirato, go to followabc.com/pass, and I think I see our name.
How are you?
Great, how you doing?
Thank you. Ooh. Sorry, the entire bag's taken.
This is my first time ever riding on one of these golf carts through the airport. Usually I poo-poo it, but I think we're gonna get a personal escort through customs, so it's gonna streamline everything, which is good because it's after 10 p.m. here already, so we still have to get checked into our hotel and try to hit the sack.
Asking for our luggage tags because they're gonna go and get our bags for us. This is awesome. I have to fill out the immigration forms though, 1 per person.
It took a very long time, but we made it through customs, and now we are going to get our luggage and get into the car and head to the hotel. How far did he say it was?
He said it was about 15 minutes, and he said he already got our bags, so we should just go straight to the car with them. We're playing a little bit of ATM roulette because I've heard and now I've experienced that the ATMs are frequently out of money. So it might take you a few tries to find one that has money, but we're gonna get some cash, go to the hotel, get some sleep, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, it's the next day right now, and we are here in our Taj hotel room, which we'll give you a tour of like we always do. But right now we're gonna head downstairs. I'm super excited because I'm about to meet somebody that I've been working with very closely for 10 years without ever meeting, except for online. See him, he's got to be here somewhere. He said he's at reception. Luckily, I know what he looks like because we've Zoomed a million times. We are in the correct hotel, right? The same one as before. Taj Palace, right? Oh man. I wonder where this is compared to where you are. So it's Taj Palace, and I can send you the address if you want. Okay, he's 15 minutes away. Apparently what happened was when I first talked to him about getting together, our itinerary called for a different hotel. Somewhere along the way, I guess it got switched. So he's at a different hotel right now, but he's on his way. I feel so bad. He drove like an hour and a half just to get there for us from his house. And now it's 15 more minutes, but mostly it's the hassle. Oh man, I feel so bad.
Welcome. Finally, it's so good to see you. Hi, Erin. Hello.
This is so cool. 10 years. And this is the first time Sachin and I have ever met in real life.
Yeah. I can't tell how happy I am.
This is cool.
Yeah, I know.
Sachin.
Cool. Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, yes.
Hello. The reptile expert.
Brooklyn, you wanna show them what you got?
Oh, some gifts for you guys from the US.
Thank you.
This is the first time I've ever sat in a car where I have to sit on this side and the driver's on that side.
You can drive if you want.
That sounds dangerous. This is Old Delhi, and the area of town that we're in right now is called Chandni Chowk. Block after block of different types of shopping. We've got the flea market area that we're in right now, and as you walk through the different blocks, you're going to encounter different types of themes for what you can buy there, from shoes and street foods to spices and flowers. So we're going to work our way through here and kind of sample everything that looks appealing. You'll notice that there aren't any cars or really any motor vehicles here, other than maybe a few stray motorcycles that are breaking the rules. But it really is a pedestrian area, a bicycle area, and that's pretty much the limit right there. So it's a pretty walkable place on the old streets.
So it's a little bit of a break from the heavy traffic in Delhi, but there's no wonder there's so much traffic. There are 25 million people here. This is my favorite part about travel. It's the food, and now we get to experience the street food in India. We're gonna have parathas. And there are so many places that sell parathas, but this place that Sachin has taken us to is the oldest, most popular, and probably the tastiest. It's so popular, so many famous people and politicians have been here. It's gonna be good, we're in for a treat. And parathas are kind of like a stuffed bread, and there are all different kinds that you can make, different flavors. You can have sweet, you can have savory. We're gonna try one of each. We're gonna have a lemon and a potato. It was established in 1875.
And jet lag rears its ugly head. Fresh out of the oven. They are hot. So we got two different kinds. This one is potato, and there are a few different dipping sauces that you can put on these. One is the traditional Indian mint sauce. We've got one that has some other potatoes, some chickpeas in it, and a sweeter sauce with some banana. Since this one's potato, it's probably pretty versatile. I'm gonna just try some mint. Reminds me of naan, very similar obviously, but a different type of dough. This is like it's a lot like a Mexican gordita, very thick bread. I'm gonna try another bite to get more potato in the middle. So you just take off a little piece, and let's try the sweet one this time. I don't know which one of those I like better, but that is delicious. Can't wait to try the lemon one too.
And Sachin also ordered us some buttermilk. And fun fact, buttermilk has no fat. It's actually called buttermilk because it is the milk that's left over after you make the butter. Butter has all the fat. Oh, that is sweet. It's almost sour. It tastes like a yogurt. It tastes like a milk liquefied yogurt. Yeah, you would like that.
It's like a vanilla Greek yogurt.
Brooklyn's our family milk expert. She has more milk on any given day than anyone I've ever known in my life.
Sasha just said it makes him sleepy, and we're trying to keep him awake right now.
It tastes like if you took vanilla yogurt, made it super soft and foamy, but then made the foam take over the flavor.
Such an interesting way to explain it, but he's not wrong. All right, I want to try this lemon. Of course, I want to put it in the banana sweet sauce. Oh, it gets better as you eat it. And it also has like a spiciness to it. Yeah, it reminds me of piaya in the Philippines with the bread on the outside, and it's so thin. It's not like an overpowering flavor inside, like an empanada has so much meat inside the bread. This is like really subtle, and it's crunchy. It's not very soft. It is similar to like a gordita in that way because it's fried. And there's a third one. This one is mint. Should I dip it in the mint? Or I'm gonna try mint on mint. That's really yummy.
हाँ एक दे देते हैं उसके बाद देख लेंगे.
Ah, thank you. We're just walking by this little cart. We had to pick up some chaat. Looks so interesting. It's basically milk with some spices, and it's foamy when you put your spoon into it to scoop it up, like a whipped cream or something. Is it gonna be sweet? So it's like dessert.
I was getting ready to chew it.
Oh yeah.
All you gotta do is just like swallow it.
It's in foamy. It just like dissipates in your mouth. I didn't even swallow anything. It just like disappears. That's so funny. Brooklyn's right. Like you don't have to chew. You don't even have to swallow. It's like eating a puff. And it almost has a buttery taste to it. So like milk, buttery, and just a hint of sweetness. It's not terribly sweet.
It's meringue-like. Yeah, like egg meringue with some sugar in it. That's really good. A lot more motorcycles are allowed in the alleyways than on the streets, apparently. So you're kind of taking your life in your hands. You really have to pay attention.
And this is another type of chaat. It looks like it's gonna be more savory. They put a salad on top and a little bit of a spicy sauce. This one tastes a little bit like a cornbread. It has like a grainy texture to it when you bite into it. It doesn't disappear in your mouth. You definitely have to chew and swallow. It reminds me a lot of cornbread because of the graininess to it and a little bit of the flavor, but is it still made from milk? Potato. So it's actually made from potatoes and some vegetables. So maybe some corn.
I think we had something similar to this at the breakfast buffet in our hotel this morning, but I always prefer to get the real version out on the street. I think it is spicy when you have that sauce on there, but on its own, yeah, it's just like a crumbly little fritter, like a hush puppy in the States. Way better with all the sauce and stuff on it though. I love Indian street food. Very, very good.
These people are selling corn and grain to feed the rats and the pigeons. And the kids are getting a kick out of seeing rats running around. It's totally typical for a city. And the cutest things are the chipmunks. They're stealing a little bit of the grain too. It reminds me of the cinnamon challenge. Sachin says I put the whole thing in my mouth and I won't be able to speak. I'm gonna do your suggestion. You say to put the whole thing. So this is like something that they would typically eat after dinner as a sweet palate cleanser, and what a collection of ingredients in here. The main one they put in here was rose petal. And now I'm putting it in my mouth. Here it comes. Oh, wow. 10 minutes later, there's just a little bit of room in my mouth. So many flavors in there. There's mint, there's fennel, there's that rose. There is, what else is there? That leaf. There's like every flavor in the world. Oh, and a cherry. That's what surprised me, was when I bit into that cherry. That was really yummy. I'm gonna need 10 more minutes to fully finish it. We're changing the pace a little bit. We were in central Delhi and now we're south and we're at Dilli Haat. Different kind of shopping, different kind of marketplace. It's like a mixed marketplace. It's also a memorial, but there are 28 different states in India. Each of the stalls will represent a different region or a different state. All 28 are represented here. We're trying some samples here. Brooklyn had a little candy. This is raw mango. Wow, the raw mango is like wicked mango flavor. Super condensed, powdery, sugary mango. Breakfast cereal. And then this is granola. What's next? That's coated with a really light sugar. Sweet.
Continue.
I'm making a noise, man. It's what they do for meditation. It makes a vibration on your hand. We're gonna get another bite to eat here, and we're gonna go with some traditional Indian food, but what Sachin was telling us, a lot of the stuff that we have that we call Indian food in the States is really kind of a northern Indian cuisine. And of course, there's a wide range of Indian food coming from all over the country. So we're gonna try southern Indian food right now because that's his recommendation.
This is idli. It's kind of like a bread and you dip it in the sambar. And next to it here is coconut sauce. I think I'm gonna like that. And the one on the left is tomato sauce. More right, my left. And over here we have the same sauces, but this donut looking thing is Vada. It's not sweet. It's kind of crunchy and it's soft and savory. Kind of like a bread. And I'm gonna dip it in the sambar. That's really soaked up in there. It's good.
It's like a corn rice fry.
I'm gonna try the idli, and actually I think I had some of this for breakfast. And it's rice flour, tastes like white bread, but saltier, moister, and denser. Kind of an undercooked bread kind of texture. It's really good. I'm gonna try it with the coconut. That's a really good sauce. Not just coconut, it's like black pepper, some other spices in there, but it's perfectly balanced, really good.
Brooklyn, what did you get?
Dosa. I got dosa. Plain dosa. It's good.
What is it? Is it like a crepe?
Crunchy. It's like in between a crepe and a cracker.
That's perfectly put. It's like a cross between a cracker and a crepe. It's barely crunchier than a crepe, but the flavor is very cracker-like. Not a whole lot of flavor to that one. But this one's the masala, which means like spice. So it's gonna have, I think, some of the potato stuff in the middle. I got some of the masala in there. Very subtle, spice flavors, potato. That's really good too. I like that one way better. Last thing of the day is a little bit of candy, some jelly bellies for the kid, because they have such good attitudes today, right guys?
Yeah. Not to take those too far.
But we do always pace ourselves, and that's about as much food as we can fit in our stomachs today. So we're gonna call the food part quits for today, pick it back up tomorrow.
I'm not quite done with the food part. Sachin wants me to try this, and I'm guessing it's pretty spicy because I mentioned that I usually don't think things are too spicy. That smile on your face, I feel like I'm nervous.
Just
All right, let's see. That was really good. Oh my gosh, that's delicious. That's like candy.
Very spicy.
It's like a cayenne candy. See, still not too spicy. That's delicious.
It's a new day here in Delhi, and today we're not gonna have the amazing hospitality and guidance of Sachin, but we still got so much really cool stuff to see. Right now we're grabbing a little bit of street food here in Old Delhi. Gonna try a couple of new bites that we didn't have the chance to sample yesterday.
Okay, yeah.
Oh wow, this is a lot.
Okay, so you gotta flatten it, fold it in half, and then you break a small piece off. Use it, scoop up a bit of chili sauce, dunk it in this, and eat it.
Ooh. And this is called Puri. So like Cole showed you, the whole process of doing it is a pumpkin sauce that you first dip it in, and then a potato curry that you scoop it up with and put it in your mouth. And I'm gonna do the whole process too. That's delicious. The puri is puffed up when it's fried, and then when you touch it, squeeze it, and it flattens right up. And it has like maybe like a wheat texture to it. Yeah, it is wheat. Look at me. And this is green chili. Pretty says, like I told Pretty that I can eat spicy food, I can eat anything, and she's maybe challenging me on that. So here we go. I want to get some of these flavors and some of this. It's very nice. It's like a green bean with a little kick in the back. No? I'm a mess. Sometimes you gotta get your hands dirty.
Would you like a cookie?
And this is called Kitchari. It's full of lentils inside, and it's the same thing. You basically dip it in the potato curry. I got a big chunk of potato in here. This is awesome. It's a very flaky outside fried crust, and the lentils, I think it adds a little body to it, a little meat to it.
It tastes like honey.
And what the kids were eating, it's called Jalebi, and it apparently tastes like honey. It looks a little bit like honey, but it's not. It's made from chickpea flour and sugar. It's crunchy. It tastes like a dessert Frito, or a Cheeto. It tastes like a Cheeto, like a sweet, honey-filled Cheeto. It's so interesting. I love it. It's like a cracker. Yeah, so crunchy.
We were talking yesterday about how the Old Delhi area is divided into different trades. This is the jewelry district, but we've also got a combination of other things in here, like a very old perfumery right behind us, and just trinkets and that sort of thing.
And it's kind of a bridal market because the jewelry here, some of it is costume jewelry that the brides will come here and pick out some things for their wedding day. These are cookies, and they're baked right here on the street over a coal fire. How are you? Hello. So sweet. And this is the most colorful street. It's full of confetti and decorations and lace and jewels.
It's like nutty with a lot of peanut butter and sugar.
That's because it's made of jaggery and sesame seeds. Jaggery is an unrefined sugar, so it's very sweet and also nutty because of the sesame seeds. Thank you. And it's called a ladoo. It reminds me a little bit of peanut butter.
I think it tastes like peanut butter cookie dough. It's nice to be back here in Old Delhi, but we are looking forward to getting away from the hustle and bustle a little bit here. We're gonna go someplace a bit different, but we're doing it in style.
Hi! Look, it's Daddy! Pretty is taking us to a surprise location. It's considered the best kept secret in India. We have no idea what it is or what to expect, but we're about to find out.
I'm I'm hoping it just says hi. Oh, that's scary. Oh, that's scary. Oh, that's scary.
Holy smoke.
I didn't know who.
Wow. This is...
It's like trying the bird. Like there's a little hole in the wall, and this bird's like flying. Look at the bird. Look.
This is a stepped well, or a Baoli, and it's about 1,500 years old. Back then, they used this to collect rainwater, and it would fill all the way to the very top. Now it only goes up about halfway to the lower part of the stairs there.
And it was used as a place for community. Entertainment would be done there, and women would gather there and speak gossips. Well, I guess this place isn't a secret anymore.
That wraps up the first stop in our 2-week tour of this beautiful country, and what an incredible experience it's been. The culture of Delhi is unbeatable anywhere else we've been in our travels, and getting to meet Sachin after all those years was the icing on the cake. Since we have to head back to pack up for tomorrow morning's train ride to Agra, we might as well give you that little room tour we promised.
We have 2 basic adjoining rooms at Taj Palace. One with a king bed, that's for Phil and I, and one with 2 twins. Of course, the kids are gonna stay in there. And we also have 2 big bathrooms. Oh, best part, breakfast is included, nice buffet. We have 12 more days and 5 more cities to explore India. So come along with us by hitting that subscribe button and let's get going. We've got a train to catch.
We're the Lockwoods, Aaron, Phil, Reagan, Brooklyn, and Cole. We're traveling the world to experience, up close and in person, all the natural wonders and distinct cultures that our kids would otherwise be consuming only through textbooks and TV. We think it's a better way to learn, and we're working hard to fund this little experiment in the hope that our kids will grow up wiser, kinder, and more grateful for the beauty of our diverse planet and its people.